I don't even know if Kryptonite's worth a video because it's such an easy song, but we can talk about theory with it. So let's go over how to play it. E string, everything's on the E string. You got 7th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and now you're back to the beginning. If I go crazy, I'll took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. Make 'em power chords and da-da-bow, add some rhythm, and there's the verse. The chorus is gonna do the same thing. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, change. We're gonna take these two notes and shift them down to open and 2nd fret. Still make them power chords if you want. You be there, open E. I'm just turning it into a power chord with this sucker, with this little piggy. You be there, bring it up to the 2nd fret. Your open comes up to the 2nd, build a power chord. Holding my hand, back to the 3rd and 5th, back to open and 2nd. The solo uses the same chords as the chorus, I think. So that's the tune. There you go. But let's get something out of the video, huh? Something more out of it. So we're going to talk about chords and scales and all that fun stuff. The solo to this song is really easy because it just wanders around the minor scale. I mean, as most solos do, well, whichever scale they're using. But anyway, this is in B minor. So 7th fret of the E string is a B. This is one of the home notes, the tonic, do, whatever you want. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. It's a do, it's home. The song revolves around this note. Or any of these. These are all B's. The moment I play something else, you can hear it has a different sound. Oops, well, there was a different sound. Anyway, so now the pattern for a minor scale. I'm going to take this B and throw it over here on the open B string to talk about a scale. This is where you're going to want to write this down or take a note. This is the pattern for a minor scale. Ready? We're going to start on open B. 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th, and now you're back to another do. That's another do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Now, you can play that anywhere. You can hear if I take it up an octave. You can hear it's the same sound. Using it here on the open B string just gives you a place where having the foundation of the scale you're learning being on an open string, I think makes it easier in the beginning to just wrap your head around what a scale is. In learning these pattern of intervals, teaching it to your ear before you teach it to your fingers, I think is more important. I've worked with a lot of students who can play these scales and they play them quickly, but they may not know what notes are in them. They don't know what the point of the scale is. They don't know anything about the scale. Like when I came out of classical music and I got into playing bass for rock bands, the first time I had to improvise, I was put on the spot and I had to create something because it was by a request from somebody in the crowd or whatever. Unlike all of my theory and scale knowledge from classical stuff did nothing for me because I didn't understand the purpose of what it was for until I had to create music, not go off the sheet music or go off the tablature or go off of something that I had previously learned and rehearsed. Understanding the point of the scale, which school didn't really teach that at all, I don't think, in my personal opinion. It wasn't until I started playing gigs with people and not like school recitals or a concert or I worked with a theater company for a year and a half or so. And even it's still different because everything is so scripted. And it's a wonderful experience, but it's just different playing in a restaurant, wedding, festival type of band than an orchestra or whatever. So the scale, yeah, learn it. And I'm just bouncing between the notes of the minor scale. Whoops, and that's the wrong one in this case. And it's a way, it's just like, if there's anything that catches your attention, you're like, oh, if that sounds nice. It's not just because of the notes, it's because of how I played them. Because someone could sit down with a guitar and just do this. And maybe that style of playing does capture your attention more than, the way I was like meandering more aimlessly, I guess, or whatever. It's all in how you're using them. The feeling is so much more important than the notes. But learning why the notes are there is really important. So for the solo of this song, we are just climbing up the scale. I'm going to do it here because we're going to get to another point. This is where the song, I think it actually starts at. So we got do, re, mi. Remember that pattern from here. Open, second, third. And then do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, mi, re. The beginning of the solo. Do, re, fa, re. Now, we're gonna go below the scale here. So I can take a scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. But the scale can keep going. Do, re, mi, fa. Keep going. Similarly, you can still keep going down. If I had a bass guitar or 7-string acoustic. So back to the solo, if we have the concept that we can, this pattern. So now I'm thinking for the next part of the solo, I'm thinking from this perspective because we got to drop below where we started. Do, re, fa, re, te, do, te, fa, sol. You also notice that I don't sing, whenever I'm doing this kind of stuff, I don't sing the pitch, or I don't sing the note name a lot of the time, because I like to think in scales on this instrument. The nice thing about a stringed instrument is if you learn a minor scale, like here's B minor, but if I just drop down a fret and do the exact same finger movement, it's B flat minor. Let's go to here, G. Now it's G minor. Music is math, right? So once you understand the formula of a minor scale, you just need to plug it in to where you need it. The song's in C minor, great, go to a C. Once your fingers know what to do, your brain just has to say, all right, this is your home plate, do it from here. Same thing, so let's just for a second, take a tangent into major land. If I play a major scale, I'll do it in B. You can can see my fingers are doing a different shape. Don't worry about it right now. We're not going to talk about it. But you can hear it sounds more like a traditional sound. Do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. But I take that shape. Now let's say we want to do it in G major. Go to a G. Same finger pattern. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So once your fingers learn this shape or this patterns, anything, the chord shapes, you know, if I play this and it's a minor chord, whatever note I'm on, this one, it's this chord, minor, or that note, minor. Major, this is a major chord. I'm just kidding. I know how to play guitar. But anyway, it's an F. So F major, G major, F sharp major, G major, G sharp major. You just move things up and down as you need them. Other instrument families don't get to do that. They don't get that luxury. So, yeah, the solo we rip through. Do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do. And you skip over te, la, sol, fa. Those are all the notes in the solo. And last little 60 seconds for anybody that's really just killing it. The chords for the song are B minor, G major, if you're gonna play full chords, A major, B minor. When we do use these other chords, E minor, F sharp major, I'll try to do it without mistakes. Major, minor, minor, major. And in that little intro, and the last little tip, B minor, if you want to and you're already in this point and you're here following, play the B minor up here. We want to use our middle finger if you're playing it up here, and if you follow, great. If not, don't worry.